Before the end of the year, more than 232,000 women will have been diagnosed with invasive breast cancer, and according to the American Cancer Society, about 2,200 men will face the same diagnosis. And while early-stage breast cancer survival rates remain high, there's no cure for advanced or metastatic breast cancer. In 2007, Elizabeth Edwards, wife of former U.S. Senator and former Democratic vice presidential nominee John Edwards, was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. Edwards had beaten a breast cancer diagnosis before, but Elizabeth Edwards' second battle ended when she died in 2010. Edwards' daughter Kate was by her mother's side both as a daughter and a caregiver. And Kate joins us this afternoon to talk about her role to encourage those impacted by advanced breast cancer to find the resource and support they need. Kate, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You know, following your mom for years, a lot of us began to feel that like we really knew her. But we want to know, what kind of woman was she through your eyes?
Well, I think a lot of people did get to know her. You know, she just displayed a lot of courage and a lot of strength, and a lot of grace throughout throughout her diagnosis and in standing up for other women and men who are diagnosed with breast cancer, and for those in her community who are diagnosed with advanced breast cancer. You know, I was lucky because I got to see that up front and up close. Certainly, she continued to display that courage at home and that strength, and we garnered a lot of strength within our own family from her. But you know, she was also she was a lot of things, and it's hard to even describe. She was sharp and quick-witted, and a lot of fun. And just her spirit was one that was really easy to be around. It was a generous spirit and a loving spirit, and also a fun one. So you know, one of the things that she wanted to do when she was diagnosed with advanced breast cancer was make sure that she made every day count. Mm-hmm. And so and I think she achieved that. She certainly made those days joyful for those of us who are around her.
Kate, I know this is kind of tough, so thank you for sharing this story. Go back with me just a little bit, back to 2007 when she was originally diagnosed with metastatic cancer. What was that like for you? What was that like for the family?
I mean, it was very different from what we had experienced before. When she was diagnosed in 2004, the mentality was, you know, let's drop everything, let's throw everything we have at this disease, and let's get her cured. And I moved down to Washington to be with her through that process. Dropped everything in New York. When she was re-diagnosed in 2007, it was a very different mentality because I was in law school at the time, and she called me and told me, you know, what was happening, and it was obviously a really difficult thing to hear. But one of the things that happens with advanced breast cancer that's not true of early stage breast cancer is that it's no longer curable. It is treatable, right. But it's not curable. So she knew, and we knew, that she would be living with the disease for the rest of her life, and it was about managing the disease and, you know, making every day that she had matter, make it count.
Yeah. So did the diagnosis change your perspective? Did it change your relationship with your mom?
You know, I think in a lot of ways it strengthened our relationship. It certainly was hard. We went through, you know, we went through this together, and it was very difficult. We supported one another in a number of different ways. I did everything that I could or knew how to do for her and with her, but you know, at the same time, she was my mom, so she would say, you know, make sure you're getting the support you need, make sure you're talking to people about this, and make sure that you're you know, that you're feeling like you are getting the help and that you have the support system that you need. And at the end of the day, you know, we did. I do think we succeeded in making all of those days count. We did a number of different things together, from a girls' trip to Europe to a quiet trip to Lake Placid to days on the couch watching HGTV. And you know, I really feel like I got to spend a lot of wonderful times with her before she passed.
That's terrific. Okay, so now you've made it your mission to make sure that other people that were in your same situation have the support they need. Tell us about the Count Us, Know Us, Join Us program.
So the Countess Know Us, Join Us program is a great program that's designed to shine a spotlight on these men and women who have been diagnosed with advanced breast cancer, who we don't talk about quite as much. They're a community that sometimes feels a little isolated and feels like they're not necessarily recognized. And the Countess program is designed to recognize the advanced breast cancer community. Obviously, my mom was a member of that community, but I was a member of that community by virtue of being her loved one, her caregiver, her daughter. And the program is designed to provide resources to the entire community, patients and caregivers and loved ones alike. And you can go to advancedbreastcancercommunity.org to find more information and find more resources.
Kate Edwards, thank you so much for sharing something so personal. It's been wonderful talking to you this afternoon. Now, if you'd like to know more about Kate's story or get involved yourself with the Countess Know Us, Join Us program, all you have to do is go to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the Show tab. Now, we're sticking with your health this afternoon. Doctors have told us for years that smoking's bad for you. Now, millions of people are switching to electronic cigarettes. But what about the rest of us? Is the vapor that comes from e-cigarettes just as bad as the smoke from traditional cigarettes? Well, we're going to find out. And later, find out how the medical community is making sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to your health records. But first, Kate Edwards just said how she helped her mom through her breast cancer battle. Dr. Oz has more on how family history plays a role in the disease.
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. Most women with breast cancer don't have it in their family history, but there are strong reasons to know if you do. If your mother, sister, or daughter has breast cancer, your risk is doubled. If 2 of them do, your risk is triple. And if you have the BRCA gene mutations, your risk may be up to 80%.